How would you measure your life? That's a question that I think a lot of us think about, but we don't always give it much thought until it's too late. Speaking from my personal experience, it took tremendous amount of loss for me to realize what was important in my life, because the things that at one point was important to me were no longer important, and the things that weren't important to me all of a sudden took a precedence over everything else. So for instance, when I was successful, what was important to me was making a good salary, living in a nice neighborhood, having nice stuff, nice cars, going to nice parties, and materialism, right? Those things was important. But after that tragic event not too long ago, this was only about 4 years ago, I realized that my career and those materialistic things that define success in this society no longer mattered. And the things that used to didn't matter to me, such as keeping in touch with my friends and family that I haven't heard from in a while, living out my passions and not worrying about materialism and my faith, that took a precedence. And I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that it's important to sometimes take a step back in your life and realize that it's really short. And at any given moment, we're finding this out right now with this pandemic, is that at any given moment, something or some things could be taken away from you, just like that. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And if you're not able to adjust and learn from it, or grow from it, or find a silver lining out of it, you're gonna be stuck in a rut, and it's gonna be miserable. There's studies that have been done, I believe by Purdue University, that says the income index for happiness is between $65,000 a year to $95,000 a year. And $95,000 a year being the threshold where you feel comfortable and you can start focusing on doing good for society, I believe. So hopefully I'm not misquoting the study. But I guess my point is that you can make $200,000 or $300,000 a year, a lot higher than the threshold of 95,000. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be happier. I used to have this job where it was a corporate job, and I would just hang out down the cafeteria around lunchtime just to socialize with somebody, because I was tired of being stuck in my cubicle all day. And the conversations were always the same boring conversations. They would talk about what they had for dinner last night, or where they're going to take their kids, to practice over the weekend, what event was going on for their kids. And I'm not knocking parents out there that have kids. I'm not saying that your life is boring, but I'm just saying that it was just the same old boring conversation. A recent study I read, it interviewed thousands of adults, older adults, that were either dying or, getting at the age where they're getting ready to die. Question was, what was your biggest regret? What was your biggest regret in life? And the biggest regret that these older adults had was that they didn't live life on their own terms. That was the overwhelming response. Not one of them said that I wish I would have worked more. Not one of them said that I wish I would have made more money. Not one of them said I wish I had more stuff. But the overwhelming response was that I wish I would have lived my life on my own terms. So with that said, I hope that you live your life on your own terms and find enjoyment and happiness and passion and love, because ultimately, how do you want to live your life? Hope you enjoyed the video, and please hit the subscribe button down below that screen there.